Morning everyone, Mr. Hames here. I'm up here on my roof, just waiting for the sun to rise. I know this isn't a normal thing for me, but I came up here today to actually tell you about something. See, the sun is gonna come up right over there, directly in the east, which is always where it comes up. But I don't know if you noticed this, when it becomes summer and winter, the sun in summertime rises a little bit further over there to the north. And in the wintertime, it comes up a little farther that way, which is the southeast. The reason of this is not all that complicated, actually. And to explain this, I'd like to go back to last Tuesday, which was September 22nd, the first day of fall. Now, fall is one of my favorite seasons, the season where we start to get the pumpkin decorations out. Careful! The leaves start to change, and a lot of tasty treats become available, like pumpkin pie and spiced lattes and all the Halloween candy that we eat every year. So I'm wondering, have you ever thought about why it is that the seasons change? Now, the first thing that I want you to understand is that obviously the sun heats Earth, but it doesn't heat Earth evenly because Earth is curved. Therefore, certain parts of Earth receive more direct sunlight than others. Near the equator, where the curve is closest to the sun, receives the most direct sunlight. But as you move north or south and get closer to the poles, we know it becomes colder. Think about what's happening there. It curves away from the sun. Therefore, it's not only farther from the sun, but more importantly, those regions are receiving less direct sunlight because it's coming in on a curve. For the reasons for the seasons changing, you have to think about how Earth tilts. You see, Earth is tilted on an axis about 23.5 degrees. It tilts away from the sun sometimes and tilts towards the sun other times. It's not that the tilt of Earth changes, it's that Earth revolves around the sun. See, in 365 days, or an entire year, the Earth makes one entire journey all the way around the sun. And during that time, it stays on its tilt. So, during the summer solstice, the first day of summer, the northern hemisphere, the one we're here in Sycamore, tilts towards the sun. It's tilting towards the sun because of where it is in proximity to the sun. It's not that the tilt changes. The Earth is just in that certain part of its journey, while the southern hemisphere is tilted away and is not getting direct sunlight. Well, what does that mean? Think about it. If we're getting more direct sunlight here, the temperatures warm up and the days get longer. That's why we chose June 21st or June 22nd as the summer solstice, because that is the longest day of the year, or the point in which Earth is tilted towards the sun the most, and that kicks off summer. But what causes the seasons to change is that the Earth doesn't stay there in its revolution around the sun. Eventually, it's going to move into its fall position, where now the tilt is not tilted towards or away the sun. Those sun rays are hitting right at the equator. And on September 21st and 22nd every year, like we just celebrated, we get exactly 12 hours of sunlight and 12 hours of night. We call this the equinox, the fall equinox, or the autumn equinox. So this is fall. We then celebrate fall for 3 months until we get to December 21st, where now the Earth is doing exactly the opposite of what it was doing in terms of proximity back in the summer. Now, the northern hemisphere is in a position that it's tilted away from the sun. Therefore, it's not receiving direct sunlight, and the days are going to be really short, and they're going to get cold because it's not getting as much sunlight to warm up the Earth. And the sun's going to be coming up farther over there. It's going to be lower in the sky for us. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. Now, if you think about the southern hemisphere, though, they're experiencing summer, okay? The weather is hot. They're getting direct sunlight. They got nice long days. Well, then the Earth continues around its journey even more, and eventually we get to spring, or the vernal equinox, which is always on March 21st or March 22nd. Again, 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of sunlight. The weather starts to warm up a little bit until 3 months later, we get to the first day of summer, June 21st or 22nd, summer solstice. And we enjoy direct sunlight here, longer days and warmer temperatures. So there you have it. I hope you learned something new. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to watch this beautiful sunrise. Hopefully those clouds don't block it out too much behind me. Have a great day, everybody.